Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer, is here with, is that the last of the
No, they're gone, buddy.
Semantics,
The
Sam Elliott
shirts. They're gone.
Yeah. Well, let's start the show with a Sam plug. Where can people hear your podcast, Samantha?
You can check out semanticspodcast.com, and you can find the podcast anywhere you find any of your podcasts.
Yep. Wherever you devour audio.
And speaking of shirts, we have new merch on tomandan.com, including some $1 charity masks that we ordered way too little of earlier on, but we got a bunch, and they should be up there now. And
those are cool.
Yeah.
That's the condom of masks. And what I mean by that is you can take one, and you can really only do this if it's new or if you iron the one that you washed. Because newsflash to those of you that are wearing masks, you're supposed to wash them, and clean out your, Yeah, I mean, Google it. But anyway, the new ones, if you fold it, you can fit it right in your wallet. So if you're on your way to a business or someplace that requires a mask and you thought you don't have one, well, you always have one. If you fold one, put it in your wallet.
Yeah, and
tip of the day.
They just make it out of T-shirt material. It's just a simple $1 thing that we were gonna have available on tomandan.com, and then all the dollars go to a Yellow Brick Road Foundation, which I should
100% charity masks.
Next week, I'll probably write them a check for close to $1,000, if not 1,000, which buys them a wagon.
Now, here's what I was thinking: is that we go over and present them with the check, and don't wear masks and cough everywhere. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was.
So, we have a very special guest. Of course, it is 4th of July this weekend.
I call it banging season.
And
Bluey.
And we're here to talk fireworks.
We are indeed.
With our good friend Craig LaFleur. How you doing, Craig?
Hello.
So,
doing well.
Pyrospot Fireworks, of course, 2 locations, one in Longwood, one in Eustis, open right now. I'm going to swing by buy my fireworks soon for our little cul-de-sac celebration. I invited Daniel by.
And must have missed my invite.
Are we still is it still pyrospotfireworks.com or iwantfireworks.com?
That's it, either or.
Yep. Use either of those to get yourself the good stuff. But I'll say exactly what I said on Friday. 2 locations, but you need to get there now.
Yes, yeah. And before we go into some of the laws that have changed and things that people may not know about, let's talk about how this is a busy season for you, especially now with there's no public displays for anybody to go watch. So I'm sure it's pushing everybody to put on their own displays at their houses, and therefore
I call them PDAs, or public displays of awesome.
Craig is selling out fast of some of the more popular items, and we suggest that you go now and hit up Pyrospot for the stuff.
Well, that's
you want,
the American
right?
way, right? Ain't nobody stopping my good time, so I'm going to Pyrospot. I'm going to get the stuff. I'll do it in my backyard.
So I think this year 1-2 punch for us, because not only is everybody's tired of being in the house, they want to get out, they want to do something, want to do something big for the 4th of July. But earlier this year, the state of Florida actually changed the firework laws, and it's now legal to purchase and to set off fireworks for 4th of July and New Year. So you don't have to sign the form anymore. There's none of that stuff. So we had increased demand, I think, anyway, because it's a weekend and people are tired of being cooped up. And now people who previously had not purchased fireworks because they were worried about the forms and the gray area.
Yeah, we call those nerds.
Coming out,
nerds.
Those guys. Well, they're coming out in droves.
Yeah. So the laws now changed, so it's not only legal for fireworks companies to sell mortars and rockets and things that leave the ground, but it's legal for the average resident, unless maybe your HOA.
Musk can do it. I can do it.
So you can set off mortars and rockets in your backyard, and as long as you're not past a noise ordinance or your HOA doesn't have some rules, then the cops can't come tell you to stop it as long as it's not past a certain time.
Yeah, as long as you're being safe and responsible and you're not breaking any of the your homeowner laws or anything like that.
And you should be doing that anyway.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. But so that's increased. So what we're telling everybody is if you want some of the most popular items, which is, let's talk about those. Your big cakes, your mortars, are where everybody goes to. Right?
Yeah, our go-tos are the 200-gram cakes, which are the smaller ones, the 500-gram, and, of course, the big mortar kits. And I ordered a ton of fireworks for this year. I generally, because I import now, I order enough for 4th of July and for New Year's. Well, I probably won't have any left for New Year's. And
Yeah.
there's some items that did not come in from China this year where we were very limited when we started. Fortunately, it was only a few items, and those have already sold out. So we probably have 4 or 5 items out of more than 300 that have sold out because we didn't have very many on hand. But even things that we don't normally sell a lot of are just flying off the shelves. You're kind of surprised for all of us. We're like, do I really sell that many parachutes?
Yeah. And
Well, if you're a fool like me, you've always been basically enamored, blinded even by the smaller, tinier, childlike firework devices. I have a propensity to dance in that land. Pooping puppy, any type of tank or race car.
Speaking of the parachute, I like the mortar or that shoots up the parachute guy that comes flying down. Hot Amber Embers.
Hot Amber. She's tough time. Strip club's not doing very well. Right now.
Then the kids scatter before it falls right down on
Pour
you.
some beer on it. All right, we're good.
So, a couple things, Craig. With this year, 4th
God,
of
when
July
you do that,
being on-
sometimes I think you're going to say something extremely shocking. I'm sorry, but when he says
look,
that,
I'm always
I'm
nervous.
trying to
You're not
think
the
of it.
only one.
Okay,
Okay?
I'm so crazy that when he goes, all right, a couple things, Craig.
well,
The door of this dwelling has been locked, and you have to fight your way out of here. Like, I don't know what he's going to say.
so this is what I have experienced in the past, and it's all based on when 4th of July actually lands on like what day, right? So this week, and I remember even last year, Craig, we were talking, and you're like, man, next year is going to be crazy because the 4th of July lands on a Saturday. And for the past, I don't know how many years has it not been on a weekend.
So, we 5 years now, and actually it was Thursday last year, but then because of leap year, we skipped Friday and went right to Saturday. And Saturday, Sunday, Monday are by far the busiest years for fireworks.
Yep. So in the past, though, it seems like there's a psychology with setting off fireworks. And so say your 4th of July is on a Monday, right? So you'll have the people that buy their fireworks over the weekend and then have the parties on like a Saturday or Sunday. So you'll get a full 3 days of like the people that have the 4th of July party on the Saturday, it's actually on a Monday, and then they'll have the party there, and then the Sunday, same thing, and then of course the Monday, the actual 4th of July, you'll have a pretty heavy
have some of
fireworks.
that too, yeah.
But when it's on a weekend, it seems like there's not too many like pre-launches with fireworks, and then it's just bombarded on Saturday. Like Saturday is gonna be a GD bombs over Baghdad outside. Like if you got a anxiety animal, it's gonna do to itself crazy. Because it's gonna be
with an animal with anxiety. An anxiety animal could be. I mean, that guy, he don't care. He's like, I'm just there for you to pet me. I can't even hear anymore. Like Caesar, the best thing that ever happened to my West Highland is his ears fell out. Like he's completely deaf now, which is great because he doesn't get scared anymore.
All I'm saying is that there's going to be a concentration on Saturday, as opposed to sometimes like when it's during the week, they kind of pre-blow their load on the weekend before after 4th of July.
Yeah,
I wanna know
you
what
nailed it. We'll have some parties on Friday. There'll be a few, but most people, because they're off on Sunday,
Sure.
Saturday is going to be the day, buddy. I mean, it's going to be a crazy town on Saturday.
I kind of want to know what it feels like to hear a noise that's so loud that I just have to run in a direction or dig under a fence. That's got to feel weird, right? That's got to be terrifying.
Swing by and I can show you.
Also,
I'm sure.
Craig, you got buy one, get two free on a lot of different items right now, right?
Yeah, we're running buy one, get two free on all of our mortar packs up to $170.
Nice.
All of our Roman candles, our 200-gram cakes, our $79.95 priced 500-gram cakes, and probably another dozen items throughout the tent.
How many blasts or fires are in the standard Roman candle?
So it ranges from about 4 to these monster Roman candles that look like a baseball bat that have up to 280 shots.
The 280.
Yeah, that's what I want. And
You
will it
have
just
some
keep
of those?
going?
Oh, yeah, I have those.
Yeah,
So
see.
I want the baseball bat.
Yeah.
Well, the
give
funny
me the,
part
give me
is
the Negan.
they have Roman candles now that are the same size as that, but they're only like 32 shots or 50 shots, but they're giant shots. It's like coming out of a 200-gram cake type of shot with amazing effects and stuff like that. So Roman candles have changed a lot over the last 6-7 years.
Correct. Let me ask you some safety questions, which I'm not
you
really
of all people asking safety questions.
I'm not really concerned about safety.
Right.
I am
You're just
concerned.
concerned about questions. I see what's happening.
Yeah. I'm more concerned about being right, and then to my
so
wife.
you're like the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I just want to be right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No safety, just want to be right.
I'm listening.
So, like, let's the handheld, like you're talking, Roman candles.
Did you know I turned 32 is when I found out you weren't supposed to hold that? I always thought they were engines. I'm dead serious, man.
No, I believe you.
I was under the assumption my entire life that a Roman candle was made to hold and shoot the balls in the air.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah. I guess technically they say like place on ground and whatever.
It doesn't have a stand.
But
it won't stand
Whatever.
up.
Right.
So for those, I understand if the instructions say don't hold them, but like some of the fountains, like the one that's shaped like a sword, I think it's like it's not even the Excalibur, but it's like sword.
Yeah, we got magical sword fountain.
Yeah, the sword fountain. Every year I buy one, and then I stand in the middle of my cul-de-sac, and then I hold two swords, and then it sprays out, and my sons are so happy.
Is this what is this?
Yeah, I do the He-Man in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Is this a ceremony?
And then Crystal always yells, "It's gonna blow your arms off!" And what if something malfunctions and it blows your hands off? And then I tell her there's no way that could happen because they're engineered to not. I mean, it's like it can't
just go out.
Yeah, it's not just gonna turn into a pipe bomb. I mean, the damn thing is papier-mâché. It's like it's not gonna have enough force. That's why they put bombs in pipes. So when the explosion comes out, you have to.
You want some pressure.
Yeah. There's no pressure. It won't cause an explosion.
The word you're looking for is compression. So
Yeah,
that's what makes firecrackers and stuff. It's the compression. So these are definitely engineered without compression. So it is just a tiny fountain that's in the tip of the sword, which is honestly great because sparklers are dangerous as heck. We've talked about it 100 times here.
Yeah.
And,
That's where the most injuries happen.
Exactly. You're holding a metal soldering iron.
Man,
right
this thing burned right through my reef sandal and ruined my bottle opener.
So this, you're holding a fake sword, and it's the sparks are 2 foot away from your hand. It shoots out about 6 or 8 inches, and it's also what they called most of those are what they call a coal fire fountain. So it's the same thing you see on like champagne bottles in a restaurant or something like that, an indoor type of thing.
Now, not to be confused with Anthony's coal fire pizza.
No,
Right.
Not the same.
So I am right in the fact that these are not going to turn into some explosion that
it could burn you.
It blows my arms off.
Yeah, you are correct on that.
See, I tell her every year.
So why are you yelling at me? I know this.
Oh, second question.
What will blow my arms off?
That's what I'm looking for.
And do you sell those swords?
I do have. Well, maybe I shouldn't talk about this, but two. They're probably the size of a toilet paper roll.
Oh man, what are you talking
with
about?
With a wick on it. It's like 2 toilet paper rolls, heavy.
That's a stick of dynamite.
Yeah, and I have them on top of my toolbox that I forgot to blow off one year.
That's a great place to keep them.
And then every year when I'm reorganizing my garage, I come across them. I'm like, the dynamite!
Yeah,
and
just
I'm
let them fall in the dryer. Blow your health off.
I'm gonna see what that does. Anyway,
put it in the tip of the sword so your wife doesn't know, and then it blows up, then fall to the ground and fake and then have.
If you put that in the tip of the sword, he won't have to fake it.
Here's what we do: tip of the sword, you put it in the tip of the sword, you light it, you hold, boom, right?
Yeah.
Under your shirt, you'll be your back to your wife. Under your shirt, fake arm, right? Kaboom! Throw the arm up in the air and go, God, my arm! Let it land. Your boys will love it.
I think she'll be more satisfied that she was right than worried about me.
Quick, I'm gonna get my phone.
I told you. I told you.
Take a picture of your arm.
Her immediate response will be satisfaction that she was right.
I knew it.
So I'm talking about China.
Oh.
Wait
a minute. You're not going to start singing that song that Sacha Baron Cohen was singing over the weekend. Man, that's stuck in my brain.
I was talking about the Kung Flu. What is it? Kung Flu? What is it?
He's on the stage.
It is pretty funny when you say it.
Hillary Clinton, I'm going to do injector with the Wuhan flu. Oh, my God. He still got it. When I saw that video, I cry laughed. Well done, Sacha Baron Cohen. Oh, it was great.
In China, do they actually set off fireworks at their residence like we do, or is that
you mean
just,
like in their backyards?
Yeah, like
same style.
Yeah, I know like most of the giant cities, but I'm sure there's suburbs or whatever. Is that a thing, or is that just an American cultural thing? I know they have fireworks around the world, but do people set them off in backyard parties?
Yeah, definitely a thing in China, although the most popular thing in China is firecrackers. I mean, they set them off for birthdays and celebrations.
Like the Black Cat.
Yeah, it's not so much the aerial stuff that goes up in the air. They still do that, but firecrackers year round.
Really?
Yeah.
That's my least favorite firecracker. I don't know. Like because every time I remember one time I bought a big roll.
Oh, those are the best.
And then it's like, and then it's just like about 5 seconds in, you're like, you had your fill, but then there's
for yourself. I like it when it falls
30
apart.
seconds more. And I'm just like, it's just too loud for nothing.
Oh God, we sell a 16,000 firecracker rolls, giant roll.
What's one of those run?
They're like $219.95. Buy one get one free.
Oh,
it looks like a 3 foot tall firecracker
Yeah.
with the way they wrap it in the paper and everything. So the day we open, this guy comes in and we've got a couple of them sitting on the shelf, and he's like, "Oh, I need these." So he grabs both of them and goes to the counter, pays for it, walks out the door. That's all he bought. And I was like, wow. So I'm like, well, okay. We're going to the warehouse, getting stuff stocked and stuff. So I grab a couple more from the warehouse. And he shows up again maybe 2 hours later, and he goes, "How many more of these do you have?" And I'm like, "I think I have maybe 6 more." And he's like, "I want them all." And all I can think to myself is, who do you hate? Like, what are you doing? Because those are exciting for about the first 45 seconds, and then you've got 15 minutes and 15 seconds of boredom and noise.
Oh, is it that long?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. And she's like,
yeah.
Wait a minute. We got to get one of those.
That's too long.
If they're 15 minutes long, then for a standard BDM show, I'm going to need 4.
For one full hour?
And I'm going to do 1 full hour, and I'm going to take the whole thing, release it as a BDM show. I'm going to start doing avant-garde. Avant-garde. No, this is avant-garde. This is art. How dare you? How dare you?
Most downloaded.
I'm an artist.
1 hour of Black Cat.
But somewhere
Could be ASMR for somebody,
Yeah.
right?
So the funny thing is, we have
crazy person.
at our tent, we've got a thing where you can scan the barcode and watch what they look like. Well, that video was actually on our list of videos, so people could take this big firecracker, scan the barcode, and it would play like a 17 or 18 minute long video.
Oh my God.
I had to delete it. I had to get rid of it.
The person just sits there and watches, and then you're like, you get the point, right? Nope, I have to see
on
this.
minute 12. I'm on minute 12.
I'd say, maybe it does something. Maybe I don't know what has happened next. They're like, no, it's just
It would
that.
be cool that like right around minute 13 you hear like a
and then back.
like I heard the whistle.
Yeah. You need to break it up a little bit. It's like adding a tracer to a machine gun.
Yeah.
Like you need to see where it's going.
Or even if it was just like bow. Like
and
something
then go
in
back.
there.
Yeah. It's too long.
Yeah.
Too many
God,
loud. Anyway, so the I know every year we talk about like any new particular like technology or colors or anything like that, and it's just really variations, small differences in what they already have, right?
For the most part, you see more and more over the last 2 years now. They come out with new colors that are, they call them neon colors, and they're really bright, kind of fluorescent-y neon colors. And every year we pick up a few more cakes and fountains with those colors, and I love them. I think they're beautiful, and actually some of our best-selling 200-gram and 500-gram cakes, that's the colors they have in it. It's a lot more vivid than some of the old colors, which, it's kind of an off color because if you look at some of the old colors, the blue was not really a blue. It's kind of more of a purplish, and red was more of a pinkish. Well, now they have these beautiful deep purples and deep reds and stuff like that. And
how soon will we see, or how far away, rather, is a better way of phrasing it, until the time when I can log on to iwantfireworks.com and I go in and I'm like, all right, well, yeah, Maisie likes fireworks. Her favorite colors are pink and yellow and purple. And I want it to last X amount of time.
Custom.
And I want, because I mean, you would think that in a time when everybody wants everything custom, let me design it. Let me get my vans and put the logo of my company on it. Let me get everything is custom. Is that something that they're trying, or is that where it's going to go?
There are some companies that do that. We have people all the time. That's exactly what they do. They come in and I go, I like that big gold thing in the sky.
Right.
And then we talk to them, and then I figure out it's gold brocade, and I can show them the cakes because we all know which cakes have gold brocade. So on our website, we have descriptions of the fireworks, so you can see some of what it is, and you can see the video. But I don't have all the details. The biggest issue that I run into is we change about a third of our inventory every year because the new stuff comes out. And I'm like, ooh, shiny toy. I want that. And it's just finding the time to update everything on the website and get all that information up there.
Craig, so this year I doing a little cul-de-sac 4th of July. So my niece is going to come watch.
Though about where I have to sit within the square and I can't touch this, that.
And I finally, I'm going to buy my fireworks early this time instead of usually it's last minute.
Sure you
and
are.
then I'm going to put together a finale. I've always wanted to do this where I get a...
is this where you come out in your tiny shorts?
You realize it's this weekend, right?
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you, but early was like 4 days ago.
Well, early for me is like a couple days before, Craig.
Oh
you
my
don't
God.
understand. That's like an insane amount of pre-planning. Like, what? 2 days left? My God. So I want to get a big piece of plywood.
Real American.
And then I want to daisy chain some cakes together and
no,
create a finale. You got the
daisy
wicks. I can get them there.
Give me the wicks.
God forgive me. We do have the material.
Yeah. So,
I'm not sure I'll sell them to you.
Please don't.
So I could technically, I go to Pyro Spot. I could pick all the cakes and then start from like small, work my way up to grand finale.
No, you're gonna start with the finale.
Oh no!
And then
work your way down to a small tank.
And then you gotta end with. And then you gotta end with you tiny shorts double swords. Yeah. Well, you're the finale. So the big cake goes of 500 grand, goes off at the end, the mortars, right? And then through the smoke comes a shadowy figure in tiny shorts. And a headband. It's sword armed.
Tom America.
Yeah, here he comes.
It is amazing what normally paranoid moms will let their kids do on 4th of July, because my wife will scream at me like, do they have their helmets on? And they'll be in their razor scooters in the driveway.
Yeah.
And then be like, slowly just go... And they're like, but their helmets! My God, their helmets! I'm like, all right, it's crazy. And then fast forward to 4th of July, I'm letting them light a cake that has more TNT in it to blow the whole family up. And then they're finally like, hold this lighter, Tommy. And it's like, this really?
We have shoppers come in and we'll ask all the questions. Where do you live? How much space do you have? What are you looking for? And I was helping a lady. First couple days we opened, she was looking at these giant mortar packs, the big 60-gram colossals, right? They go like 200 plus foot in the air, 100-foot diameter, 150-foot diameter break. These are monsters, right? And I'm talking to her about, well, how many people are going to be lighting? Oh, these are for my son. Oh, okay. How old is your son? 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me redirect you to a different part of the store.
Yeah. It's just we don't have any way to gauge danger. This is just like it's either extreme or nothing at all.
That's true.
Anyway, Craig, I'm looking forward to heading by the tent next couple days.
Hold on,
put together my finale.
I mean, you're gonna have to do it like either today, tomorrow, or the next day.
Yeah.
Because your time is dwindling.
I know.
Since I was invited, do I need to bring anything?
No. I'm putting together. I'm in charge of the display.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get with Craig. I'm gonna put together my finale.
Is there a theme? Do you need music? I can DJ.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you. Oh, can we figure out how long? We probably can.
Yeah.
How long the finale was based on each cake. It has a running time. Yeah. So then I'll let you. I'll like, okay, it's a 3.5 minute finale.
Yeah.
I need you to engineer some.
What kind of music do you want?
Collaboration, either German techno.
I was thinking of going classic Lee Greenwood.
Oh, Lee Greenwood.
Well, I mean, that's got to be the finale.
Yeah,
right?
you got to go with "Proud to Be an American." Though
I want that. Proud to be American. Then end with the Ying Yang Twins whisper. When
Okay.
you see my D.
and then one more finale. It's I believe it was Clint Black. What is it? It's Iraq. I rack 'em up and I roll.
okay.
Or we can go with the ultra classic. This ain't no rag, it's a flag, and you never wear it on your head. We could go. That's Charlie Daniels.
Yeah. Then we'll end with a gigantic.
It's Iraq and I roll.
Iraq and I roll. Yeah, that's a good one. Iraq, I rack 'em up and I roll.
About
That's
one
terrible.
cake last year that had a machine gun
Oh,
fan
yeah.
effect.
Oh, yeah.
That shot into Turkey Leg's neighbor's bushes.
That's called the Heisenberg.
And lit his gigantic tree on fire in the top, though,
Yeah.
where you can't get to.
Yeah, when the top of the tree's on fire, you're
Never
sitting there
good.
spray it and you're whipping the water.
It's 60 feet away.
You gotta whip the water. You're whipping it up.
Yeah, but it's fine. He let the top burn. It's no problem. It was like no big deal. Anyway, Craig, thanks so much.
Yeah, iwantfireworks.com is the place to go. Pyro Spot Fireworks. We've been been hanging with you guys for many, many years, and congrats on the good season and everything. And,
Thank you.
You know, and
Yeah, can you believe 14 years this year?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow, congratulations.
I remember before the tent, I was buying fireworks from your
Before you had a name
car.
for it.
Yeah, this was a hobby so I could get the best stuff.
Yeah.
Be like, this guy Craig, he gets all the good stuff. And I was getting that from you.
And now everybody can do it.
Yep.
So iwantfireworks.com. Let's take a little break, and we'll come back with more A Corporate Time right after this.
Welcome back to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
Let's do some voicemails and emails.
Yes, sir.
Let's get right to it. First email.
Yeah, well, I gotta.
Skip
Okay.
this
yeah,
one
we're good.
because it's not ACT appropriate.
Is that a filthy one? I like the
Well,
filthy emails.
Okay, so let's go with this one.
All right.
I haven't pre-read these, so I don't know what this is.
Uh-oh.
It just says apology.
Oh, yeah.
Should I not read this?
No,
Okay.
no. This is a good lesson for. You don't necessarily need to say the guy's last name.
No, I won't even say his first name.
Yeah, you don't need to out him, but I thought this was a cool email.
I was a BDM, probably one of the very first top 10 to 20. I left back during the election. I emailed you about it. You were gracious to me even with me trying to ask for you to tailor your show to not include politics. I want to sincerely apologize for letting my stupidity and lack of desire to hear other points of view from a show that I loved for the funny. I've missed out on so much. I have absolutely no clue what's going on with you and Tom's family and how far the show has progressed. There's no way I can go back and listen to all the missed shows, but I'd really like to start over as pretty much a new listener. It may be silly to ask your forgiveness and understanding, but before I jump back in, I'd really hope to get your approval to listen again. After almost 4 years of missing out, I figured enough is enough with my stubbornness. I'm extremely happy that you seem to be doing well as a show. I'm listening to the latest ACT show, and it's so great to hear your voices again. I hope to hear from you, and I really hope you'd accept me back into the mediocrity.
Not
100%.
Not approved.
Yeah, I knew we were going to say that. I knew it. I knew it.
Unapproved.
No, I like the.
We don't even talk politics. I don't work.
I was gonna say,
here, hold on.
It's just
Hold on. I want to
I'm
clarify.
sure things slip in here and there.
Well, like even we cut shows in all different directions, and so sometimes we future cast and sometimes we past cast. But even something like, I think sometimes people mistake something that I find is funny for being politics, i.e., Sacha Baron Cohen going on stage playing the prank at the 3% alt-right Oregon rally. All right, some people think that because I think that's funny, that it's me giving more than that.
Right.
And I'm not. I think it's just at its core, I like it when he messes with people that I think are goofs. So I think that's funny, but I can also see where some people might see that and be like, oh, I know what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Well, people have politicized everything now.
Right.
So
Right.
even if you, say you're maybe not tough, whatever that means, that's politicized.
Right.
Or if you are tough, whatever that means, it doesn't mean anything. That's politicized. So it's like people politicize anything. So if you could not even talk about politics, not like no politician or anything, and just the way you are, it can be considered as political which is craziness. Because then they're just stereotyping people into categories based on BS stereotypes. Like it's like, oh, if you are this way, or like regardless of politics, but if you're just your personality's this way, then I'm gonna politicize it, and then that I don't want to listen to you because now you're.
But we really do try hard.
That's real sensitive.
Yeah, we really do try hard to not weave into any of that. Now there are gonna be things that pop up. Like,
we'll joke around about
Well, I'll
everything.
give you another big example. Like, when I was saying, the whole the way that President Trump pronounces China, and when he kept saying that, and the stickiness that is saying that to someone who is Asian, and the stickiness of saying that way, like, to me, there's just something crazy funny about that. It's just not.
Oh yeah, well,
it's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I laugh at it, but I can also see where somebody like this particular guy who apologized, he might have back in the day heard that and said like, "Oh, I know what you're doing."
Right.
No, you're going a little further than you should.
We're just making fun of everybody.
You guys make fun of everything. Everybody.
Include more
It's the only way I can be happy. It kind of keeps me distracted.
We make fun of ourselves the most. And then, but nobody's off the table. We'll make fun of every single person if they do something that we deem worthy of making fun of, of course.
Is it entertaining? Speaking of people we make fun of, I mean, he's coming up with, he's kind of chasing Tom for the amount of abuse that he takes. But what are your thoughts on Butler?
Hey, gang, it's Canadian Josh. Just out here getting eaten by mosquitoes for a lovely nature walk. Anyway, just listening to the Friday Free Show, had to pause it and call in with this comment. We as a community will be remiss in our duties and responsibilities. We will have dropped the ball big time and need to take action now. If we don't collectively change Butler's name to Dobson, we might as well shut this whole thing down. Thank you, Tom, Dan, Sam, and Dobson. I'll hang up and listen.
Man, you were crunching on that gravel, buddy. I didn't know they had mosquitoes in Canada.
I know.
Yeah. They're the nicest mosquitoes you'd ever want to meet.
Don't even suck the blood.
They ask before they bite.
Yeah.
Did they just re-emerge during the summertime because they have to be all frozen in the winter for that? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Is it
We
like
have so many
locusts?
Mosquito update with Canadian Josh. The
See
next
if
time
you
he calls
guys
in.
agree with this. We have so many mosquitoes here. Well, the only thing that really helps me is if I have my mosquito nets, my portable system out, or if my wife puts some sort of, I don't know, she puts a insect repellent garbage on, right? But I am so used to mosquitoes that if I went to Canada with Josh and was standing next to him while he made that call, I feel like I wouldn't notice the mosquitoes.
Probably not as much.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I think
it's gotta be more
we
here.
are conditioned. I really only notice them when I look down and I'm covered in them, I'm just jet black. Like head to toe, you can't even see my skin. It's just nothing but I look like a beekeeper.
I hate when I'm laying down in bed. It's pitch black, and I'm like, and then I'm swatted.
Oh, you got them in your bedroom?
Oh, yeah.
What are you,
Remember
living
he
in
said
a
he's
tent?
got mosquitoes everywhere in his house. They're biting up Max.
Yeah,
they
because
said.
my
God.
mosquito net system has
Shut your windows.
flushed them all into the house because they're.
Do you just leave your doors open?
They're running. No, well,
He doesn't.
Okay.
No, he does.
Well, he doesn't close his doors. If
Oh,
that's what
okay.
you're saying.
If you talk to Crystal, she will tell you I have a problem with closing the doors
And drawers here. You have to stay at the station. I call this a station.
Might as well be.
My God, it's ingrained in my brain.
When I let's say when I'm walking from the house outside to the garage and I open the garage door, I'll be fast dadding it and I'll walk and then I'll try to slam it behind me, but I won't push it with enough force so it will hit and then open. It'll be like tick.
Oh yeah.
And then it opens about 4 inches, and Crystal's convinced that's where the mosquitoes fly in. And then I'm out there, and then I'll
He
hear
left it open. Go.
I'll hear
Go.
close the garage after me, and every time I know in her mind she's mad about it, and it gives me a little pleasure.
It's a little victory.
Until that mosquito is zipping around your head at night.
Oh, just biting my son's crazy. It really, Max is the only the person
Child
that gets
abuse.
punished.
Shut your
He's
doors.
there's only one loser here, and it's Max.
I have a problem
I know,
leaving
poor
doors
thing.
open. What's the? I know that was it Tuttle that made that joke on the
Yeah,
Friday Free
it
Show.
was.
What's his
It
name?
was just
Dobler.
Dobson.
Dobler.
Dotson.
Kimmy Dobler.
Dobson. Why?
Dobson.
Is that a thing? What is that?
Just it sounds like a very stereotypical British name.
Oh,
Dobson.
okay.
You know, it sounds like a butler's name,
I thought it was
which is why I think he called him Dobson.
I thought it was because I remember you said, did you say Dobson? And everyone was laughing. I was like, I pretended to laugh. I had no idea. I thought it was an inside joke.
You do that a lot on the show, don't you?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, I can't play.
Because I assume it's some sort of pop culture thing that everybody else knows that I don't know because I was oblivious to it. So I just pretend to be a normal
And then
human.
you just lean into the mic and you're like, on fleek. You just say whatever whatever you can think of at the time.
I'm trying to,
Okay, boomer.
Because I'll pick up on those, but sometimes there's like an inside one that maybe especially the younger generation knows, and then I have no idea. I'm like, I don't even know what that is, but I'll pretend to laugh at it so I'm not the dumb old man, but I am.
Yeah, like people are like, you're on TikTok? And you're like, hell yeah, I'm on TikTok. I take my TikTok every morning with all my other pills.
Dan Paul says that Dobson is the Downtown Abbey butler. That could be true. I don't watch that show.
Yeah.
Or Downton.
It's
Sorry.
Downton. It's
Sorry.
not Downtown Abbey.
I don't watch it.
That's a hooker.
Downtown
I'm
Julie
Downtown
Brown.
Abbey. Look at my long boobies.
That's how people say it from Taft.
Well, look who you're talking to, buddy.
They don't get PBS and Taft.
That's all we get. That's all we get in
fuzzy.
I like that Downtown Abbey.
You see what Dobson did on Downtown Abbey last night? Oh, I gotta go to Power Spot
There's
and get
no
some
way
fireworks.
anybody in Taft watches Downton Abbey.
No,
Yeah,
not even
by
one
the way.
person. Not even one. Do another email.
Okay.
I wanted to see what I really wanted to do before you get there.
Yep.
I really wanted to, we don't do enough long cons, big bits. And I kind of was like, you know what? We need to take Butler down to the, whatever office you got to do it here in town and change his name legally to Dobson. And then get him a tattoo of Jar Jar Binks' tongue coming out on his butt.
Jar Jar stinks.
Jar Jar stinks. We need to do all the long con. We just need to get back to what we're good at.
Yeah. The old school traditional.
Yeah, the real one.
90s
the
radio.
real one.
Yeah.
Tuttle did try to do that on Friday, and you backed out of it.
Well, yeah.
He's
Well,
too advanced.
yeah, it's
we
like-
gotta start slow with Butler.
Okay.
He wants to go full force 90s. Like
you got to ease into it.
He's already pushing an old man into the intercoastal
yeah.
fishing. As he's
He's
screaming at him.
He's screaming at some lady in a kayak.
yeah.
If you haven't heard that show, you can check it out at tomandan.com. Next email.
Tom needs this navigation app for Crystal.
Oh, by the way, I only printed one. This came through like 25 times.
Okay, all right.
Not from the same person.
Oh, gotcha.
From multiple listeners.
people.
I only
the boat.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like there are people that and I know they're emailing you, so I don't understand how you could fail as much as you do unless you're doing it because you think we need the content.
Well, he doesn't read his email.
Well, he needs to because that's how he does business.
No one,
I
no one
understand.
emails me. They're emailing.
They don't. Okay, so I got collectively at least 20 emails
I got
about
a couple
what
too,
Sam's.
yeah.
You got a few.
Yeah.
Didn't get one.
All right, continue.
I
right.
think maybe they email you thinking that that's how
and
like
I don't
a more
share
efficient way to
anything
get.
with you.
I know this is the first
Nothing.
I'm hearing.
I don't even talk to him. Tom walks in the morning and does the yo, and then he sits down, and then we're silent for hours.
Yeah.
Hours we're silent.
Until we go do the show, we don't even talk to her, and then it's like, welcome to a corporate time. And then we're talking
and
to
he's like, I'm dead.
yeah, and then we're talking to each other in a weird way.
Yeah,
this
we
is not
exaggerate.
normal.
Oh, look at me, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the show, I'm like, I'm gonna leave now, and you're like, you better. And then that's how we end every day.
Imagine if we actually talked to each other like this.
How good the
We'd be
show would be?
Well, no, but I'm saying how crazy, like without the mics. I'm just saying if we.
What if everywhere I went, I'm like, hey Tom.
yeah. Sorry, what is this?
So it says, oh my God, Ben and I are laughing so hard at the Friday show. We are boatmen and couldn't believe Special Needs Captain Van did this with his boys on the boat. Navionics is $6 to download, and you are good to go for navigation on your phone for Crystal. Please send to Tom because I know he doesn't check his email.
Navionics.
Thanks. Have a great weekend.
Okay, this makes no sense.
Navionics?
Okay, Daniel, tell me.
Like Slam Onyx?
It's Navionics.
So
Navionics?
I don't know what it is. It may have been the exact time that I was exposed to apps.
Oh, I'm glad you said apps. I was like, it must have been when I got exposed to COVID that my
You don't
brain went
Do
crazy.
you
I
not
do a
know what
story about
apps are?
that. No. But in my mind,
Tom thinks apps are endless apps at Chili's.
I will stay away from purchasing an app. And I don't know what it is, but...
It's the grift in you. You want to get the free app. You don't want to pay for the app.
No, but I'll waste so much money normally.
Yeah, the free apps are all kind of, for the most part, kind of
garbage.
crappy.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Well,
So for whatever reason...
$6, buddy. Get off that wallet.
I know, but I just won't buy apps. Like, there's something psychologically stopping
But
me.
why?
I don't know. I look at it and I'm like, nope. Like, it's
you
not...
buy an overpriced rice meal every day. You buy a $14 rice meal.
I know.
every day.
Yeah, I only eat half it. I pumped in the trash. Like,
And then you stink up the studio,
It
the
has-
trash, and
it
the
has-
flies.
nothing to do with the money. Believe me, because like I said, I
Do
waste.
you think you're going to get hacked by the app?
No, nothing to do with security. For
Then
whatever.
just do it.
What about free apps? Where do you stand on this?
Oh, download all the time.
See, that's what it is. It
But
is the
if
money then.
If it costs money though, I'll be like, no, keep scrolling. Like, I don't know why. It's
That
some,
is weird.
It's some psychological block.
Now, the difference is I buy paid apps.
Yeah.
So many of them wildly
Yeah.
that I have to come back here and like cancel things like crazy. I'm being truthful.
Yeah.
Like I try things. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a video. Tom
Yeah,
knows. I'm not trying to waste the company's money, but I will go, oh, it's a paid video
Yeah.
app. That might be good for the show.
Of course.
$6. I'll try it. And then if it's not what I think, I'll cancel it. I'm not going to let it run wild, but I'll cancel it.
Yeah. Well, most
go
of
in
it's
there
just
and
a-
manage my subscriptions on, iTunes or
It's just a
what is
one-time
it? Apple Music now.
purchase though for most
No,
apps,
some of
huh?
them are subscriptions now.
Okay.
That's how
Yeah.
they get you.
Ah.
Like we have a few that we actually use. Like we've got some that's an email signature for all of us here in the company. That's a subscribe. We opt into that. And then there's one more that's like a photo editing app that I use for Photoshop and stuff, like Quick Photoshop.
Yeah.
And it's a subscription. It's like $2 a month.
Yeah.
And it gets, Bernie can write that off, but it's, we
Of course.
subscribe.
I don't know what it is, and
There's some good ones out there, man.
I'm not saying, and I would need to start buying it. Navionics, yeah, of course. Like, and it's stupid for me to not even realize. Of course, there's everything. Like I was telling Crystal, she was like, "What were we doing in our kitchen?" And
What?
She was like,
You have a kitchen? That's awesome.
how do we find out, like, how do we do the lighting in here? Because we need new lighting because we're knocking down a wall and stuff. Like, so, and then I'm like, oh, it dawned on me. I was like, YouTube, the internet will
Yeah.
tell us. Like, so we just search how to do lighting. And then I was like, in kitchen. And there's a YouTube video of like, hey, don't know how to light your kitchen? Here's how, like,
Right.
it just explains to you they're like, you got to go 3 feet away from the wall. If not, you'll have counter shadows. Like, it just tells you.
Yeah.
It just literally tells you everything you need
I'm
to know.
going to blow your mind.
Huh?
In each field,
I'm
in every field, there's an expert.
Yeah. And the internet has
Yeah,
that.
and the internet has that. And
there's-
a lot of them are free.
Hey, pop, pop.
Yeah.
Welcome to the internet.
I know. It literally, there's nothing the internet can't tell you to do, right?
I haven't found anything.
Yeah.
Like I use it all
It's
weekend
everything.
fixing things.
Yeah.
You just like, or cooking. Like, like Andrea does this one and blows my mind sometimes. She's like, well, we don't have any carrots and this recipe calls for carrots. And I'm like, well, can you substitute anything? And then she'll got it. You can use zucchini. I'm like, what do you mean? It's not the same. She's like, well, I just got to boil it for 3 minutes extra. And it's like, it'll have like, this
everything.
sauce didn't work. You didn't have Worcestershire sauce. Oh, you can make do if you got like A1. You cut it with water, add a little oil, splash that in there. It's crazy.
It's so horrible in one aspect, but literally it is
It'll solve a lot of
everything.
problems.
Everything you could possibly. It's a magical device that you ask it a question, it'll give you an answer. Now,
It's like
if
a
you
magic
ask,
8-ball.
if you ask it the wrong question, gonna give you different answers.
That's true.
A lot
That's
of
true.
different
It
answers.
can also confirm your madness too. If you're like, should I kill them?
WebMD.
And they're like, yes, you should.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
I guess with anything, I
took a
mean,
break.
with anything, it can be weaponized or changed.
Yeah,
it can be bad.
yeah.
So
Anyway.
we'll take a. Oh, is that it? No,
Yeah.
no. We got to take a break.
Yeah.
And we got a whole another hour for you guys. We'll be back with more A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan right after this. It is another A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Butler is in the other room. Always go to tomanddan.com to check out all the latest and greatest merch that we might be dropping on there. And I'm really bad about this, but I'm getting better. Go to twitch.tv/TomandDanLive to watch the show live and to catch all replays. Check us out, like and subscribe on YouTube, Tom and Dan Live.
So last BDM show, and by the way, if you don't know what BDM is, it's hard for me to believe at this point, but it's basically our subscribers who subscribe to the show. They pay a monthly fee. You could sign up at tomandan.com. You could choose what monthly fee you want to pay from $1.95 to $10.95. It's your choice. It all gets you access to the BDM page, which you go through the app. You send a message to Tony.
We
He'll
used
verify
to do
that.
these thing called parties.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure if you remember them, but they were huge at the time.
Yeah. Everybody gets together, gets drunk,
it's
spit
weird.
all over
I
each
know
other.
it sounds weird, but it was a spit fest. We used to have at least 1 to 2 different spit fests a year.
You get a cold that wouldn't kill your grandma. Those were the days. Anyway, but now you'll get extra shows. Every week we record a free hour BDM show that you'll get, and then a recap. Basically, we release an old show.
Yeah, it's just like OnlyFans, except no pink wands.
Yeah. But anyway, and last BDM show, I was talking about how my buddy that I call the Grizz, he got a vasectomy, and a couple weeks ago he gave me a call and was asking me about it.
He wanted your advice. I feel like he was confiding in one of his best friends. And trying to get maybe your advice on something that can be kind of scary and kind of sensitive.
And I told him it was no big deal, it was nothing, and everybody thinks it's a big deal and has to
well, you've been saying the same about COVID as well. I just want to make sure. Like, you've been discounting, you've been spreading misinformation. The amount of just racist memes you've been sharing is out of control.
And then you have to put the bag of peas on your crotch for like 3 days straight. I'm
peas
like, nah.
specifically.
I'm like, that's for wussies.
I
You'll
don't know
be
why
fine.
you gotta use peas.
You'll be back to work, no problem.
Can you use peas and carrots?
And then
No.
Grizz texted me last night that he has a full-blown staph infection in his testicles, and his wife, who's a nurse, told him to go to the emergency room immediately.
There's nothing I can do.
Which he didn't listen to, by the way, because he's the Grizz.
So what did he do?
I don't know what I thought he was at the hospital today, but apparently he's at home doing nothing.
What are you doing,
So,
Grizz?
Grizz, how you doing?
How you grizzing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Slower. I'm doing great.
Okay.
We got to be real careful because we
Right.
are on terrestrial radio.
Yeah.
But
I've been warned.
Yeah.
But did you?
He's not going to be careful.
So
enough.
did you got a staph infection in your boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
You were right, Casey. And at the beginning, like the first couple of days, it didn't really hurt all that much and felt fine. And then it kind of went south from there.
So everybody here, when I told them, Grizz, they were all asking, their first question was, what doctor did he go to?
Right.
And they were blaming the doctor. But then, and I too was like, I don't know, he must have went to some flea world doctor up there in Virginia.
No.
I heard he went to Dr. Fauci, but he got injected with the Wuhan. I'm sorry.
So then,
Sasha Bourne Cohen, I'm still laughing about it. Oh, my
but
God.
then what dawned on me is the most likely scenario is that you, sir, didn't take the advice of the doctor.
Have you been sitting in mud puddles again, dude?
And then obviously
What are you doing?
you caused some problem because you didn't listen
He
to
likes
the
to
instructions.
go in there. And, are you still dragging your bare bottom on a grocery store floor? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So that seemed to me more
And when
likely.
I make you laugh, does it hurt your balls? It does, doesn't it?
The deep, yeah. It doesn't feel great. Yeah.
So are you for sure it's an infection? Because your wife is a
Oh, yeah.
nurse, and then did you make her look at it and she freaked out?
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
And
Like we put the boys we put the boys down to sleep, and I was like, hey, this feels bad. This is wrong. So she gave me
This
a
is
cup.
wrong.
She gave me a cup of hot salt water to.
Did you just become
soak it
Forrest
in
Gump?
before-
She gave me a cup of salt water. And that's all I got to say about that.
Chris will wave at you at a dock and then jump in after you if
feel like
anybody
you
does by.
Jenny, I think I have a staph infection in my throat now.
So I soaked it in the salt water for like 10-15 minutes, and then she's like, all right, let me see what's going on. And she got down there, and she was like, oh, this is really bad.
Oh no.
It's bad for her to say she worked with COVID patients all
Right.
day.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like,
So
this
she
is
wants
the
to
worst.
come home to that.
This is the worst atrocity I've ever seen.
And I saw 35 old ladies. We unplugged their ventilator. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is that bad. So, is it now? What can we attribute this to? Because my theory is lack of.
Are you wearing your homemade underwear again?
lack of you taking care of it, cleaning or whatever the doctor told you to do. Even though, although when I got mine, they didn't really tell me any maintenance besides put ice on
it's
it.
not a turbo engine. You don't need to you need to baby it for the next couple. You don't want to throw a rod.
But after some surgeries, the doctor's like, you got to change the bandage every half an hour.
But you said it's a tiny incision.
I know, it was.
It's almost like what is it? Ostroscopic or
orthoscopic?
Orthoscopic or whatever. Yeah, I mean, whatever.
So
it's little cuts, right?
So how'd you blow this?
It's not a C-section.
Well, they told me the same thing. Like they had like these two plastic clear bandages over it, and they're like, look, those are protecting it for right now.
Whatever you
The
do,
2 incisions.
don't remove these
And they go-
bandages ever.
And the thing was, is they were like, they'll fall off naturally, and they're like, just kind of wash, and don't submerge them or don't, just, and then ice them down every hour or so in the first couple of days. I'm like, okay, cool. And then like day 2, those little bandages just fell off, and I was like, all right, well, they said they're just going to fall off whenever they fall off. So I thought that was normal. And it was originally like 2 little incisions, it looked like, but now the one side looks like someone like put a cigar out on it.
Oh my God.
I didn't expect that. That was a shocking omission.
like a
My
cartoon
God.
mob boss
Oh my
put
God.
a cigar out on your
Jeez Louise.
boys.
Yeah. So the one side and the other one's like probably like a cigarillo or a cigarette or something like that.
I was saying one cigarillo and then one big
Mob boss.
stubby. You
So-
got the kingpin on one side and a Virginia Slim on the other.
So
Yeah.
that's not
And the
good.
But I did go to the doctor today, so that's good.
Okay.
Well, what'd the doctor say?
Yeah, was it the same doctor?
I didn't do this.
yeah. Was it your urologist that did the
No.
surgery?
You went to a dentist.
Well, the
He
funny
didn't go to myologist.
he was like I don't know. I mean, it's with the main hospital here in town, so. And he's got
What is
5
the name
stars.
of the hospital?
I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you're like, I guess he's a doctor. He's got a white lab coat on.
Yeah. The girls are a lot like me. Were kind of oblivious to we don't really care.
Look, he's
We're
dressed
not-
in white. He had glasses. He had a knife.
like
That's the guy.
yeah, like you didn't do much research to research the urologist that was going to do. You just went to the first one that you found, right? There's no
He
extensive.
just, I went Google searched. He was like, "Look, we can do this. You're in and out in 20 minutes."
Oh, man, you got what do you do? Like you did like the
yeah.
You got
Jiffy
Twilight?
Lube.
And I just,
We do the whole thing contactless. How does that work?
You're like, I'm pretty sure you have to touch me, right?
No.
Yeah.
So what I've
all I wanted to do, I just made sure I was like, "Can you just knock me out completely, like full anesthesia?" And he's like, "Yeah, we can do that." And I'm like, "Okay, good."
maybe in an effort to be safer, he hot glued his scalpel to like 2 broomsticks. And he was like, far away.
Social distancing vasectomy.
Yeah.
It's like
He's got a couple of those trash pickers with knives on them, and he's like, "I'll get in there and start
clipping around.
Yeah.
So when you went to the doctor today, because yesterday you were worried.
Yeah.
Like your texts back were like, I was trying to joke around and you were in a joking mood.
You were pissing him off.
Yeah. Because I was like, did you?
Well, so
did you hammerhand too
yesterday-
early? Huh?
The best news that Becca could give me yesterday was like, "Oh, well, it doesn't really, it's not as bad because it doesn't smell. We'd be able to smell it if it was super bad." And I'm like, "Oh, good." Right. So we're not at, like the gangrene.
Yeah. But she's an actual nurse, so
yeah.
she's seen the atrocities.
She's been to war and back.
Yeah.
You see the people that are like, is this
We all
infected?
know.
And it stinks the entire room. You're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
how'd you live like
We all
this?
know that one guy that's been in war because, he's been outside, he's seen it, he
Yeah.
sits alone in the village. Doesn't talk much
Yeah.
anymore because he's seen it all. He smelled a couple of these.
Yeah, the infection.
Yeah.
But the doc, he just looked at it and goes, we should get you on some antibiotics. And I was
Well,
like,
this guy's a genius.
what?
Hold on a second. I would have never thought of Now, are you sure you're comfortable with such this? Like, this guy sounds like sort of a loose cannon. Is he? Are you okay being on experimental treatments like this?
Like,
This
sounds
antibiotic. What was it?
A mad scientist?
Yeah.
You drive a DeLorean?
Yeah.
Like,
Who would think to put you on antibiotics if you have a staph infection in your testicles?
do you have to go to Europe for this treatment?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't trust him.
So
I like it. He goes,
So he gets
we
you.
should put you on antibiotics.
So they.
The weird thing was, like, when I went to the patient room, he walked in, he was kind of frustrated that, I don't know if he just maybe some
I like the idea of him, like, he's shuffling papers and he's talking to himself and he's like, all of my vasectomies are, like, infected and people are dying. And I don't know why. I'll be right with you. Just let me, I got to talk through this. God damn it, you're killing people, Steve.
They all come back with these cigar burns. I don't know what it is.
And I don't know, the only people I leave in there during recovery is Cigar Joe. And he would never do it.
I mean, I'm using a cigar to cauterize it. Maybe that's it.
Are you concerned at all that maybe he did it wrong and you could possibly still get your wife pregnant?
I also like the idea of him going, God, I'm so stressed out. All these vasectomies are coming back. They all look like cigar burns. And I can't find any of my cigars. It's like I'm leaving them inside human beings. I just need one cigar to calm down if I can find any.
I would not trust this vasectomy.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make sure to get it tested a few times.
I would definitely
Yeah, sounds like a man who's confident.
I will make a bet that as soon as his infection heals, he'll never go back and get the
Jerking off
test.
Yeah,
Crazy.
anybody that's ever been confident about something has never said this. Anybody that's truly confident about something, he said, "Well, I'll make sure I go and do that. I'll do that. I'll go back and you know it. You know."
Well, I'm not going to go to like another guy and be like, hey, look, can you make sure this guy didn't fuck this thing up?
Oh, there it is. I told
Now
you.
we're there.
Well, I did it
It's the
first.
radio.
It's fine.
So I'm sure you'll be fine. Once everything goes back to normal, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Now, another thing I wanted to talk to you about.
How many pain pills did you get?
Oh yeah. Did he give you the 5 and then the
5 count.
Yeah.
So I had 3 days worth.
What does that mean?
If they give you
One
like,
a day
yeah.
or 2
no,
a day? or-
every 4
No,
hours, so it's
I
like
was-
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a hunk of
But
crap.
I couldn't start because Becca had to work, so I had like the 2 kids, and like I was popping those, and then like I was just like, I can't take it. I was like, this is bad.
He's out of it. He's trying to
It's
take care
totally
of 2
fine.
toddlers.
No, I think
Take
it makes
one.
it's
Yeah.
better. The caffeine in it will make you more efficient.
Yeah.
Don't be a pussy.
Yeah. It makes you
Charlie's
better.
starting to. No, Charlie's starting to walk around. He was banging his head and stuff, and I was just like, I'm not quick enough to grab him. And I was like, hey,
Well,
this is
he'll
bad.
mellow out if you give him a quarter.
Yeah. And by the way, Charlie is not his son; it's his assistant.
It's Cigar Charlie. He works at the doctor's office.
They were like, "Oh, yeah, that's it."
That's the guy.
The other thing, because the Grizz actually he's an engineer,
Is he?
which I still don't know what exactly it means. But he's in charge of like construction and like buildings and like higher bigger construction jobs, And so
He's
Chris,
in charge of the brand new Dr. Phillips edition they're putting on.
So
Here in town.
he's got a
No.
but he's got a degree, like a 4-year degree in engineering, and he works in this field. And
5 year.
Whoa, 5 years.
It just means it took you 5 years. It's not better. It's actually worse.
Yeah, I will have you know that
Adding
my
time to it.
bachelor's degree from UCF only took me 24 years to accomplish.
It's the same degree, and the fact that you're adding time to it makes it worse. works. Anyway, so this is his full-time career, and he's been doing it for a while. So, all his resume should be like, all right, this person knows construction engineering. This person knows what he's doing or whatever. Yeah. So my wife, Crystal, asked a couple questions because she wants to extend this window in our kitchen, and it's an outside window, so it's the block, and she wants to drop it down and cut like a foot off the bottom, right? And she was like, well, is this going to disturb the structural integrity of the house
sure.
by cutting the window down? And then she told me, she's like, oh, I ran it by the Grizz, and he told me it's fine. Well, no problem. And I'm like, I don't believe that one bit. Like, I have zero confidence that this is the right answer. Now, it could be the right answer, but I just don't. Now, why is it
it's not
that
the
I
right
don't
answer
trust
because
you?
the Grizz knew it was the right answer. It's the right answer because it's the right answer.
And you know what's the problem is that I'm too skewed by our prior experiences as kids.
Did you run it by Pudge?
Like, for instance,
right?
Maybe he knows.
Like,
he's an elevator mechanic.
Yeah, but Pudge is the same way. If I had an elevator question and he said it, I'm like, I don't trust him.
How dare you?
I don't trust. Like, same. By the way,
I asked Pudge about the clean keys that everybody's using on the elevator. I go, do those really work? And he's like, clean what? That was his answer.
He don't know.
Yeah, that was his answer. He doesn't even know COVID's going on right now. Had no idea that we were under attack by a virus.
If I had a GD Harley Davidson and I had a mechanic question and my buddy Turkey Leg, who's been doing this for 17 years.
20-year Harley mechanic.
If he told me anything, I'm like, I don't trust him. It is just because our prior experiences as younger, kids in high school and the way we grew up has made me lean towards not trusting any of my friends, even though they're professionals in their career.
The Twitch chat room wants to know who has inside windows.
What do you mean inside windows?
Like, they think that the way you describe your kitchen window, it's like your kitchen's a little building inside your own home, and there's like a window, like a food truck.
Well, because the way they extended my, they basically took our old patio before I moved in and made it a bonus room.
Mm-hmm.
So
there was
my
like
kitchen
a window there.
Window that they took out is basically still inside my house. So it's technically an exterior window, but it's inside the house.
Correct.
Anyway.
It goes to like the screen patio.
So this is not just me, Grizz. If you had a podcast question.
He's typing in X videos. I hear you typing in xvideos.com.
You can't do it.
You're not allowed to do that right now.
He's bored right now.
It'll be blood crazy.
I hear you typing. What are you doing over there?
So that's the same thing for you. If you had a podcast question and I told you my advice, you'd be like, don't trust it, right? It just
No, that's not true. The problem is that I don't trust you and you don't trust me, but it doesn't matter. I would still do it, and you'll still do the thing that I told Crystal, and it won't work.
Okay. All right. He's right.
So I'll knock down the window and be like, and
then your whole
Zach's
house
and then when
it literally was the cornerstone of your home was the window. You removed it and everyone died inside.
So even though I don't trust you, I still do it, ruin my house because the information you gave me is wrong. All right. You're right.
Yeah.
That's why I go to the Grizz for my answer.
Yeah, that's the Grizz.
He knows.
You must be feeling better. You sound like your old Grizz self.
It was on pain pills, so that's why.
Where are your children, Grizz?
They're fine.
Oh my God.
He's got it.
Sorry.
You got it. Where you been this weekend?
To the beach. Out the Riley.
He goes, I hit the bleach. Who does that? Who naturally says, I'm out the bleach?
So also, are you guys getting the RV and driving down? How's that going?
No, because too many people. You have to have the kids strapped in when you drive the RV.
Yeah. I also was disappointed by
that's not true.
I know. I think
Who said that?
So, for instance, Zach wants to go to see his brother's baby when it's born. It's about to be born. My business partner, Kaylin, is having a baby soon. He and Zach wants to obviously go down.
One day I'll be referred to as a business partner, not just the crazy guy you work with.
Do they know if it's a boy or a girl yet, or is it a surprise?
It's a girl.
Oh,
yeah,
then
yeah.
there's no need to go. not because it's a girl. That's not what I'm saying. Just because there's no reason to go.
Yeah, it's just a baby.
You're
like
not going to
everybody
get to
else.
do anything anyway, and all babies look the same.
Yeah.
So
That's what I said.
yeah. So
Just voted again.
the Grizz had the same idea I had when Crystal was pregnant and the Grizz was getting married, which we were going to rent an RV and drive the RV from Orlando to Arkansas.
So, you guys have like some stupid ass plans.
Because in my mind,
I mean, like constantly, it's like we're having a baby. Let's make it more difficult. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Put the pregnant lady in the RV and drive her across the nation. That is a dumb idea. That's just dumb.
listen, me and the Grizz lived together for a long time. I had a bunch of dumb ideas, and we both thought they were ingenious. We convinced each other. We were like the worst ideas. We were like, I'm in. So
That's why your house was going to fall in.
yeah,
But-
I know.
But my thing was, I was like, look, I get it. They're supposed to be strapped in, like, in the city. But once, like, you get on the highway,
Start going real fast. Once we get up to like 80, 90.
when we're making
That-
turns slowly, I can see them needing to be strapped in. But when we fly off the mountain,
Once we get up to
they
about
need to be able to fly.
90 miles an hour in a gigantic RV. Like,
When we hit an embankment.
that I am not used to driving at all, and for sure I'm hungover from the night before. Or
And then
whatever.
it's basically just a furniture cardboard box rolling down a mountain.
yeah. They will break it apart easily.
Oh,
Your
man.
family
You
flat.
ever been hit in the head? You ever been hit in the head by a tiny refrigerator? That'll kill you.
Yeah. And
Oh.
you know what makes tumbling down the mountain worse is the hot soup your wife's cooking falling on you.
It's insult to injury. You're laying there with two broken legs, and what happens? A her plate of gumbo falls in your head, and you're like, goddamn salsa just burning your eyes, and
You're
you
like,
die
"Oh,
on the mountain.
The knife block came loose. So anyway, but I too thought, I was like, oh, I'll just drive and Crystal will be able to walk around. And then Tom, I don't even know, I can't remember if Tommy was born already and then Max was young or something. But we're like, one baby could just hang out on the bed and then Crystal could just walk around while we're driving. And then everybody's like, you idiot. They have to be in their seatbelts. You have to have your kid in a car seat,
Right.
strapped down in the RV. So it's not you can. And then I was like, oh,
Still a vehicle.
yeah. I
Right.
guess if we got in an accident, they'd be rocketed through the giant windshield, or easily killed.
Yeah,
with,
you just.
Yeah.
Nothing's more embarrassing than how'd you
But
die?
that-
You go up to heaven, if there is one, you go up to heaven, they're like, how'd you die? A tiny bathroom door swung open, hit me in the head and killed me.
But okay, now answer me this though.
It's insulting.
In like rock bands, when you have a giant tour bus, those people walk around and like chill out. They don't have seatbelted, right?
Yeah, but
in a
limousines.
school bus.
Yeah, school bus,
There's no
limousine.
A
seatbelt.
lot of school buses have seatbelts now, though.
Now they do.
Yeah.
Really?
Not all of them, but
we
some
had
of
them on
do,
one
yeah.
of our newer buses, but I remember the bus driver saying, "Those are just on the new ones. You don't have to wear them."
Yeah. It wasn't enforced.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. I don't know why the hell they put those in there.
The problem is, if you really think about it, though, like you driving this mega RV that you've never driven before, rocketing down the highway
To
in
see
a
something-
long cross-country
to
trip.
see something you don't care about.
Yeah, and then the likelihood
Right?
of someone cutting
Yeah.
you off and you going like off-road.
Or if you blow a tire. I mean,
Yeah.
anything could happen.
I know. I've already been yelled at.
He's like, forget about it.
Already
I'm not
been
doing it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we're not doing it. We've already got plane tickets. We're flying down.
Yeah. I did. Although I do think in the back of my
The
mind
flying,
that you
right?
could get away with it and be fine. I know you think that too, because
Yes, 100%.
this is what our
I already-
parents did.
Well, I don't understand it. It's
Yeah.
like I can be on a motorcycle and not wear a helmet or a seatbelt and do anything I want, right?
Well, the problem is once you
Yeah.
get the kids involved, then they don't have a choice. Then it's
How do you feel about Maisie holding on to me, the back of me, no helmet on, and me riding around Baldwin Park? I'm serious. How do you feel about that?
I feel.
What's your serious thought on that? Would you be mad at me as a friend? Would you
no,
be like, you
no,
shouldn't
no.
do that?
No, because I would assume like that's no one loves that girl
More
as
than
a
me.
man more
Right.
than you.
Right.
So but unless you're a crazy person, then you're So it's like I look at all parents that like other people judge them about putting their kids in dangerous situations, and I'm like, that parent knows better than I do. Believe me, it's like the.
I felt the same way when Michael Jackson was dangling blanket from the balcony.
Also, it's like people getting afraid of like plane crashes. Like, well. Because of the pilot making a mistake, I'm like, well, the pilot doesn't want to die. Look, I'm sure the
You've
pilot.
told me that before.
The pilot doesn't want to die more than him not wanting to kill me.
I'll never forget the time that.
Like-
No, this is a true story, Grizz. You'll love this. Tom and I are flying places. When years ago when we were just trying to get this thing up and running, and you said that argument to me. You're like, the pilot doesn't want to die, and then literally the next day it was that flight. The pilot did want to die, and he flew himself into a mountain. And I was like, and we were. I think I want to say we were sitting at like an airport Chili's, and I'm like, oh my god, he wanted to die. And you were like, don't look at that. This guy needs another El Presidente margarita.
I'll change it though. Like most pilots don't want to die, and the ones that do is bad.
Yeah.
That's why they don't let you be in there by yourself anymore. Sure.
No privacy anymore.
They make a flight attendant go in there while the co-pilot takes a whiz.
It's been awfully quiet in there. Can you go check on Steve?
Yeah. By the way, I have no. It doesn't make me feel better that you put in the old middle-aged flight attendant that's going to somehow stop the crazy person from rocketing the plane into the mountains.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, well, if he's going to do that, I'm pretty sure he could
overpower her.
The 58-year-old lady.
There's also nothing that's sadder than watching a crazy pilot push a dead woman who's been choked out with her novelty JetBlue scarf out of the cockpit and then lock it. Because then I'm like, this is going to go.
That middle-aged lady was going to save our lives.
She went in there and he pushed her out.
Yeah,
he locked it. I guess I'll just read the Sky Mall.
Sorry. All right, Grizz. Well, hopefully it heals up and it doesn't get worse.
Feel better, buddy.
But like I said, if you do end up losing them, they got testosterone you can buy online, and you already got rid of the, number 4. So
I've said from a long time, just cut them off. They're just a liability from here on out.
Yeah.
I don't even like I don't even like the aesthetics of them. Like, just
No.
bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Get them out of here.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Only thing you need them for is the testosterone.
Yeah, and you already did that.
Anyway,
we miss you, man. We hope that when things get hopefully a little more normal, we get to see you soon.
Yeah, we'll bring the RV down. It'll be nice.
All right, yeah. Well, we'll see you then. I knew you were going to do it.
all right, dude. I'll text you later.
Later.
All right,
Yeah.
bye,
Love you
guys.
guys.
That is, see, he said love you guys.
Yeah,
I didn't say it.
No, I know.
Because I'm sick of you making fun of me. You know what, Grizz? I love you too.
Yeah. He's another one that does that.
No, he says love too much.
Yeah. He'd love crying all the time.
I have seen him cry.
All of your
Oh,
friends,
he's
like
super
wait,
emotional.
all
He
of
is
your
very
friends except for you
emotional.
say I love you and cry all
yeah,
the
I
time.
know, yeah. Turkey Lake don't. He's he's messed up.
He's
like me.
real grumpy.
He's a grump.
Also, I'm convinced. You know what? You know why he's grumpy is that every night he snores so loud,
Yeah, he almost
and
dies.
he dies so much during the
Oh, my
night that
God.
he literally
he's dying 4 or 5 times a day. How can you not be
It's
grumpy?
the loudest thing I've ever.
Yeah. And
Did he ever get that fixed?
No. He's too grumpy.
Yeah, but you realize as you get older, the time bomb.
Yeah.
One day, it stops being the funny camping thing. It starts being the I died 100 times that night.
We joke around about it. We shouldn't, but we're like,
Sam, it's bad.
You're like, you're gonna stop breathing, and then it's done. And he's like,
the-
I know.
It's so loud that when we were camping, it would stop, and then it'd be the.
Oh yeah.
He needs to get a sleep.
That was 10
test.
years ago too.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
he's got
probably
it.
way worse now.
They told him he has to have a CPAP, and he refuses. Too grumpy for it.
So he's perfectly fine with dying.
But they make really cool ones now that say like ride free, live free, ride free,
Breathe free.
Harley Davidson.
he doesn't want to die. I think.
Doesn't he have kids or no?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But I
Okay,
think
well.
that's what's making him not weird.
Oh, okay.
He's not
Gotcha.
grumpy.
I
It's just like,
I understand now.
I'll take my chances with the Reaper. All right.
Sir, the Reaper's here. Great. Tell him I've been expecting it. All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back with more A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan right after this.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am George Chocolate.
I know you like.
I asked my daughter who the president of the United States was, and she goes, "Oh, I know this. George Chuck." And I go, "Yes, he is, baby. Yes, he is."
So you like the heat, right?
Oh, I love the heat.
So
Feel the heat.
it's just I know I don't want to be the old man that complains about the weather, but
here you are anyway.
too hot.
I like it. I like being
97?
outside. Yeah, I like being outside.
97's nothing. It's like 110 degrees with the feel like temperature.
Yeah. It hits you in the face when you walk outside.
It's not ideal, and I'm not going to say it's my favorite. I mean, I think everybody is, especially around here, I think we're sort of engineered. That sweet spot is between like 72 and maybe 84. Somewhere in there is always kind of nice.
A high of 85 isn't that bad, even though that sounds bad for any northerners.
But I really do enjoy, because if I have my druthers of being cold and staying inside or going outside, then I'll just take my shirt off and just wear tiny shorts. I mean, you were the one that actually figured out how to mandate or how to navigate, rather, the heat, and it's tiny shorts.
Yeah, tiny shorts, no shirt.
Now, I do feel bad for girls, though. It's not like Samantha, and it is unfair, but Samantha, she can get away with tiny shorts and no shirt around her hubby, but you can't be going out on your balcony like I do, and that's not fair.
I could wear a bikini top, I guess.
You could, but still, it's still going to be hot.
Yeah.
And also, when it's that hot, there's this weird phenomenon where, I had my mom and sister came over with my niece to go swimming, and when they first jumped in the pool, they're like, "Ooh, it's cold." And it was 87. I guess I have an app or whatever.
That's warm.
The pool is 87 degrees, but the temperature difference between 97 or 100,
Correct,
it feels like 100, and getting into 80, it felt cold. And I'm like, man, that is bad when an 87-degree pool feels chilly at first. It's just so hot outside. It's crazy. Oh, it's killing all my plants, too. They're getting too hot, so I'm having to get them out of the sun. They're all wilting. It's just too hot.
All my flowers that I had, and I probably should have asked you about this beforehand, but I had some clippings that I was trying to propagate some other pepper plants, and they were doing okay outside, but I noticed that all of yours were inside, and I was like, damn, should I have left these inside? I had them outside. Heat came through one day, I guess last week, towards the end of the weekend. Yeah. So hot, it just baked them one day. Dead. Yeah. Fried them up good.
Yeah, they like, temperature around 75. They prefer cooler if they had the option. It's too hot. It's just way too hot.
And I thought I had them in the shade, and it doesn't matter what's in the shade now. It's still hot.
Yeah.
And with most pools being closed down or, a limited amount of time when you can get in, when you can get out, I'm okay with just being hot now. I just accept the fact that I'm just going to be sweaty and gross.
I'm bringing you another pepper plant.
Yes.
And
what kind? Same kind?
No, habanero this time.
My peppers are out of control. I always give you an update. I had 17 serranos. Now I got 22 serranos.
Yeah.
And my jalapeno's a little bit slower, but man, they're way spicy.
I'm bringing Samantha another plant.
She saved her tomato.
More responsibility.
She saved her tomato.
I think I saved it. I think because now I'm watering it twice a day. That seems to be the routine I need to get with. It's coming back. It's not as wilty.
Yeah. I just need more water. I'm bringing
you didn't give any plants to Butler, right? Because you don't like him very much.
No, I gave him a jalapeno, but I assumed he killed it because he never mentioned it after.
He hasn't said one word about it. I mean, we've been discussing this all the time.
For sure, he just left.
I think he left it in his truck.
He's saying it's pepper crazy.
Come in here,
really?
Butler. Get in here.
He just doesn't talk about it.
I don't believe
we bully him so much. I mean, it's not like he would ever want to come in here and be on the show because we're so mean to him.
True. I asked you the other day about my peppers turning a little red, and I was like, are they still good?
I thought you were making that up.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about your penis. I have no idea what you were talking about. I'm so used to you being disgusting when you were like, my pepper's turning red. Help.
Yeah, no, I have a bunch. I think I have maybe 8 or 9 still on there, and they're red hot. They're so hot. They're the hottest jalapenos I've ever had in my life.
They're very spicy, right?
Very spicy.
Now, am I supposed to wait till they turn red? Does that change the flavor at all?
No, actually, they didn't change mine. I thought it would too. It kind of dull it down a little bit. It just makes them mushy. It's better when they're greener.
They're ripe.
They're too ripe.
It's like a banana turning black. It's just too ripe.
It almost has the consistency of a bruised pepper at that point.
Yeah, the serranos will turn red too.
Yes.
So I pulled those early, and
all
used
the peppers will turn red eventually.
That's weird.
Red to black to death.
Yeah, that's a natural homeostasis. Is the red is
pepper progression.
So the plant I'm going to bring Samantha because she's not into the fruit I'm bringing her.
Who said I wasn't into fruit?
I
Carrots.
assumed the tomato you weren't that excited about.
That's
Well,
a
it's
fruit.
because you gave me a tomato plant that's just dying.
I propagated my mother-in-law. has-
You made a human?
Oh my God! I don't want a human plant.
I will take 2 Charlene's, please.
She's got an angel trumpet.
That's her name, right?
All right, I'm in.
Oh.
And I propagated that
Tripping
just to
balls.
see.
No kidding.
And Crystal, I had to hide it from Crystal because she didn't want me to do it.
This guy's got
because
angel trumpets in his closet. Thank God.
it's in the corner of my yard. I got a clipping from her and I propagated. It's
Make
big
some
now.
tea.
And I apparently
But what if I go crazy and kill somebody?
it's illegal for me to sell it to you.
No, just give it to me. Gift.
But I want to sell it to you.
You have to sell it with a pencil. It's the old magic.
No, I want it to
tickets.
be illegal because
My
I
neighbor has
never
a
grew.
tree of one of those.
Yeah, no.
massive.
She's got one in front of her house that it grows a bunch of the
Multiple times a year, too, right?
Yeah, a bunch of those huge trumpet flowers and stuff like. And I'm like, oh, this is what they used to eat in Miami and die. It was a big thing.
Yeah.
So you want to
to
give me something that's going to kill me?
It's poisonous. I looked it up
Don't
too.
give me
you
something that's
dose it.
poisonous.
You
no,
dose
just
it.
don't eat it.
Well, what do I have it for?
Well,
Good for nothing.
Well, it is cool to be able to say you have one.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
most people do with an AR.
If you,
They're not gonna use it, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, I got one.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm cool. I'm a cool dude.
yeah. Then you go outside in your Dockers, and then
Yeah.
when the protesters come by, you're like, what are you doing, you idiot?
What if
Occasionally,
my dog eats it?
your
Is he
wife
gonna-
fires
Oh,
it,
yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
stock of the gun hits her in
Good
the
as
head.
dead.
That's what the problem was. Like with Crystal and Ward, she's like, "What if the boys go over there?" And like, what are they gonna go to a weird flower and just start eating the leaves?
Knowing your kids, they
Yeah.
might.
That's what I did.
If they did, it'd be bad because apparently I looked at because I was like, I think only the flowers are poison and everything about it is poisonous.
Then I don't want this thing. Don't give it to me.
But that's the thing. You once you have
it to Butler.
it's a talking piece, and then
To
when
who?
when people come over, you're like,
It is
see
a
this
talking piece.
gigantic angel trumpet
It's
I'm
the
not
flower.
same
into it.
reason that people have like Venus flytraps. It's
I want a
something- it's
Venus
like,
flytrap. Give me a Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's a carnivore plant. It's like a meat-eating plant. There are meat-eating plants.
You have to get those at like Bed Bath and Beyond, and
Oh, Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, they have them at
They're
Home
next to the
Depot.
hermit crabs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
yeah. They're a novelty. They
It's
don't,
right next to the pillow stuffers.
They're stupid.
And,
Yeah.
Lint chocolate.
Yeah. This is an
Good stuff, though.
actual.
It's good chocolate.
Yeah, I like Lent chocolate. I've got a list of everything that angel trumpets do for your sons if you want to see exactly. It says right here, it will be marked with extreme fun and creative dancing.
Oh, okay, you want?
Yeah,
like
doesn't sound bad to me.
here's the thing: it won't definitely kill you. Like if you boil a couple of flowers, it makes you hallucinate. Look up how.
I think one flower is
Yeah.
Electric Daisy Carnival. 2 flowers is
Dad.
hospital trip.
Yeah. Because people,
I'll take 1.5, please.
Yeah.
it's not a 100% death sentence. Like people use them for recreation.
I feel
to
like if they
hallucinate.
were, then they wouldn't be called angel trumpets. Or is that why they're called angel trumpets? Are they saying that the angel of death is beckoning you? Why are they called that?
When I was a kid, the urban legend in Miami was that a bunch of people were eating them and dying, and everybody was like, "Don't be careful." It was like a big thing, and I remember.
it can be fatal.
You want a fun fact?
But I remember as a kid being like, I mean, like in middle school and high school, I'm like, I never heard of anybody doing this. They just get LSD or peyote or MDMA. Yeah, like it's easy enough to get. You don't have to get the damn stupid flower.
I know that. I don't think I'm an idiot. I don't.
Yeah.
But there are things that, for whatever reason, have rooted in my brain. And one of them is, up until maybe 6 years ago, I thought that the way you consumed angel trumpets was to pick the flower and then toot into the... I think I thought that for the longest amount of time.
A conch shell.
It was probably one of you guys that was like, you boil the flowers down and make a tea. I was like, yeah, of course you do. Oh, man, don't say that you toot into the trumpet, you idiot. They're going to know that you're not cool.
So what does it say that it does to you? Like,
I mean, you can have hallucinations. You could be paralyzed.
Well, how much?
Can be fatal. I guess it really depends. And how would you know? Because it depends on the person and how much you take.
What if
The leaves and the seeds are the most poisonous, it says.
Okay, so I take that, I boil it down, I put it in a spray bottle like Banaka, and I do 2 sprays in my mouth. What happens?
yeah. I think you just have mild hallucinations, like a couple mushrooms or something, right?
I guess you got to test it out like you do edibles, just a little bit at first and see if you go
well,
bananas.
nothing's happening. I'll drink the whole thing.
You could get into a zombie-like trance.
Comey
I
2012.
don't think I want any of this.
Yeah, then I'm punching the ground nude outside near a stop sign like Comey. Remember that guy? Cody 2012.
What was that? And isn't that regime that isn't Coney still?
Now, here's what I remember hearing. That was like a charity, right?
Yeah. Something.
And the story that
Social
I had heard
justice
was
thing.
that this guy was so good at his charity blew up so big and it was so successful that he went crazy for being so charitable that he got nude and started punching the ground.
He probably had some mental illness to start with, and this
Look up Coney.
pushed him into a manic
Somebody
episode.
put a Coney 2012 sticker in our
It's on our
bathroom.
mirror.
I think that was Lee.
What?
Oh, was it?
What is Coney? I forgot what it was.
I don't even know.
He was a guy that had a bunch of children, soldiers and stuff like that. He
Awesome.
kidnapped and- yeah.
That's terrible. By the way, everyone knows it. Like, if you
the
were
worst stuff going on, we don't need to worry about
We're
that.
trying to laugh here, folks. If you go shopping for an army and you give me, do you want this army of children or you want this army of grown adults? I'm like, I'll take the adults. I feel pretty confident they're going to kill more. I don't need the children.
Yeah, but the children are cheaper.
Yeah, but they're hard to, they're not
Yeah,
focused.
yeah,
they're all over the place. Pick your gun up, Jared.
yeah.
They're over there. You're over here playing.
They won't
You
listen.
keep pulling on your diaper.
He's him and his army regime are allegedly kidnapped over 60,000
Yeah,
children
it's
in
super
Uganda.
sad.
But it's still going on, right?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't stop it back in 2012. Yeah, it's just like the ice bucket, all that other stuff is like, yeah, but Ella's still about dead from it. Like, the ice didn't do nothing. What is true, right? All that ice did nothing.
Yeah, still going on.
Yeah. And you went crazy. You got nude. You punched the floor.
No,
nothing.
he did that
The guy's
because
still kidnapping
he
children.
did that because he went too crazy, right? It was the pressure of running this thing to try and bring down this warlord, right?
His soldier numbers have decreased significantly.
But we're talking about the white guy that ran the charity that was
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
topple this guy. This guy isn't
Yeah.
like, it's a whole story. I mean,
Coney's still living the dream, but the white dude punching concrete, not so much.
Yeah. He blew up, raised a bunch of money, but then it got too popular.
that seems to be like a thing you do when mental illness like kind of kicks in, or maybe you reach a manic point where you have to release. It seems like whether it's Martin Lawrence, whether it's who's the other comedian, Tracy Morgan, this guy. I forget the guy's name. It's not Comey, but whoever this.
Yeah, you
this
go
guy,
into a crazy manic.
and then you got to get free. You got to get free. So you take all your clothes off and you go outside because it's free.
Then you run.
And then you just run away.
Yeah.
There's a character in a show my wife's been watching called Sweet Magnolias, where the kid does that. I think it's like a common thing where, like, if his anxiety, I'm glad I didn't get this one. Look, I know my anxiety's terrible, but there's some people when they get to a point where their anxiety could be something as simple as just you're overcome with anxiety because you wanted to ask a girl out, but you're so overcome with it that you freak out and then you just start running.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I didn't.
One
get
day
that
we'll be in the opposite. You'll be like, yeah. Then I'll see your
There we go.
I'll just see your nude butt right there.
Never
I'm like,
see me again.
that
Yeah.
happened.
The gum.
Where's Dan? He said he'd do his lunch down by the lake today, nude, punching the concrete.
They'll get him.
Let's see here.
We gotta get out of here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. I'm kidding. That's what I always do.
No, I think we will.
No, we will be right back.
Oh, we will. We'll see you tomorrow.